Welcome back, guys, to Monster Loves You. I feel like I did the same thing last episode where I started talking and then cuffed immediately. But anyway, we're gonna explore the whale mist, and I want to see if my monster evolves, because he looks exactly the same. I read the patch notes today, and it said that they removed a bug where your monster basically doesn't evolve at all. And I feel like I may have encountered this bug, but we'll see. We'll just keep going until I get stuck. And if nothing's changed, then I'll just, you know, do another playthrough. So we're picking the goat with the 3 eyes. A squirrel hops into a pool of sunlight, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to bury nuts and make something of itself. You drop on it from a branch, grab it and twist its head off. Delicious decapitation. Oh my god. A young wolf suddenly leaps in front of you, snaps the squirrel out of your claws and runs off, laughing and barking. Wolves can bark now, isn't that only dogs? Turn the tables on the wolf or chase him. Let's turn the tables. A second squirrel creeps up and pokes at the discorporated head of the first one. You grab the new squirrel and chew it on it a little, thinking. Show everyone in Omen you're smarter than this wolf. Let's go with that. I like that. Sweet, cleverness goes up. You grab a few more squirrels and pretend to be absolutely furious, stomping and waving your claws in the air. Such good acting. Yes. Next, you go back to Omen. You hand out squirrels, quietly telling everyone to hold onto them without eating them yet. Hey, you're standing right next to the scapegoat's pit. What is happening? Ooh, +5 respect. Look at that. The wolf tries her trick again, and you dodge. She falls into the pit where the scapegoat greets her with scritchy horns and an intimidating 3-eyed glare. Got my respect. Awesome. I'm picking the mouth. You're following a deer in the forest when the trail comes to an abrupt end, just in front of a cave entrance. The hoof prints look strange, like the deer doubled back, walking backwards in its own tracks. It's a trap. Okay, so what do you do about it, smart monster? Get away from the cave, you should fight the trap, turn the trap against the deer. You walk into the cave and find Hemrek taking one of his famous naps. And he gets really mad when he's awakened. A twig snaps in the bushes, the deer is fleeing. Draw the deer closer. You shriek and crouch, readying your claws. Hemrek starts to wake up. Now, go! Sweet, some ferocity. The deer has crept forward to watch you spring the trap and it caught by surprise as you leap back out of the cave. You kill it with a single swipe of your claws. That'll teach it. Hemrek stumbles out of the cave, half asleep but ready to fight. Give him some deer meat. Sweet, cleverness and respect. Awesome. You mollify the huge monster with half the deer carcass. Hemrek says, hey, you can wake me up anytime if it's going to be with a meal like that. Awesome. We're getting some respect up in here. Not a lot, but at least we have some. Let's go with the shocked looking monster. A pack of monsters sets out to capture the honeyed bees, a special swarm that carries its hive along with it in small pieces. The sweet odor of rich honey is everywhere along the forest trails. Onward. Blistry says, me first, and I'm not sharing either. It's every monster for herself today. Nash Nash nods and flexes her claws as everyone splits up. Lurk where the swarm is likely to pass and pounce. Lunge into the heart of the largest part of the swarm. That does not sound like a good idea. Grab a honeycomb, but only if it's safe to do so. Let's do that. It sounds safe. No honeycomb is ever free of bees long enough for you to take it away. Even the bees seem surprised at your unmonster-like cowardice. Oh man. Well, that was a bust. Okay, let's try some politic. I see a monster lifting a rock. Let's go with that. First, I'm taking a little drink. Okay. All of Porton Square is abuzz. Elders glare angrily at everyone, then look back to the sign at the Omen town entrance. Broken now. You look down at the little piece of the sign you're holding and blush. What did you do again? Coming back from a hunt, you were so full of high spirits that you jumped up and slapped the sign. You just slapped a little too hard. With your claws. Okay, so we broke the sign. I guess we didn't get anything from that. Guess I picked the wrong one. There's a flying or farting or jumping monster. It could be either one of those. Monsters are gathering around the skull pole. They invite you to dance with them. Skull pole? What is that? A few monsters die without dissolving themselves in a communal spawning pit. Ah? Other monsters save the heads of the deceased and hang them on a skull pole. The skin and flesh turn to slime eventually, leaving only bone. Ah. Okay, that's pretty gross. Okay, let's dance. Let's dance a little bit. The only problem is you've never done the skull dance. And now everyone is watching you. Just begin to dance. I don't even care. You move closer. Dance fast. Thrash around like you just don't care. Dance slowly. Try to show some respect to the skulls. Let's do that. Oh, sweet. Honesty and respect. You dance slowly and somberly. Not quite sure what to do. But doing it with dignity. When you finish, all the other monsters howl with approval. There we go. We stepped up and the other monsters like me better because of it. Let's pick the angry monster. It's the scream along, sing along. Everyone's screaming. Loudest monster wins. Scream, sing, scream, sing. You're totally going to break some windows and eardrums, but why are all these monsterlings here? Your singing has been known to hurt their little ears. Pre-smash the village windows, then sing. Go. Oh man. Cleverness up, but kindness and respect go down. Oh man, I was not expecting that. Some of the others pull you away from the monsterlings. They toss you into the scapegoat's pit and suggest you ask the goat for singing lessons. Well, that sucks. Let's pick this, like, scheming, sneaky-looking monster. I like that. Blistery comes to you, flapping her winglets and clenching her claws. Mopsy Moral is looking for me. I overslept. I missed the hairy hare hunt. Okay. What's so bad about that? I was on the list for the hunt, says Blistery, and those hairy hares are really fast. We have to collect enough of their feet every year, so Omen Town is good luck. Ask Blistery how many feet the hunt brought back without her. She yells, none. I was supposed to watch from above and show the other hunters where the hares were hiding. Bad luck for everyone then, except the hares. Blistery flutters her winglets again, especially for me. Mopsy's going to print a story about how I ruined everything for everyone. And the only answer I can pick is okay. Blistery comes to you, flapping her winglets and clenching her claws. Mopsy Moral is looking for me. I overslept. I missed... Okay. What the heck? She suddenly leaps to the top of a garbage can, spreads her winglets, and glides away. Weird. Ah, finally, choices. Just then, Mopsy Moral rolls into Portland Square, pen and pad grasped in her thin claws. Did you see Blistery come through here? I want to make sure everyone knows the truth. Tell her Blistery overslept, claim ignorance, no comment. I'm just gonna tell on her. I don't care. Ha, respect goes up, kindness goes down. Your quote is an instant hit. Yeah, respect is pretty important. Some of the others start calling Blistery Blizztree. At least no one will miss the next hairy hare hunt, right? Well, at least I got some respect. I don't really need kindness that much. Now, got 4 left there. We got 5 left here. Let's pick the ketchup/blood one. You stalk the forest, hunting an elusive swift elk. Suddenly, it emerges from the underbrush, lowering its antlers and pawing at the ground. It's gonna charge. Perfect. Tear it apart. Bravery goes up by a lot. The elk charges and you duck under it, slashing a hole in its chest. But instead of a heart, you find nothing. The elk turns, catches you with his antlers, and flings you into a tree. What the? The elk bounds away. It's unkillable. There's nothing that's unkillable after it. Leave the elk. Return to Omen and warn everyone. Let's kill it. Destroy that thing. You keep chasing the elk until it pauses to drink from a stream. Then you spring at it without fear and tear it limb from limb, head from body, antler from skull. Roar. Its pieces are still twitching as you devour them. You are filled with a strange heat, but it soon fades. How bracing. Ah, respect. Sweet. Other monsters comment on the new swagger in your step as you return to Omen. More respect. Awesome. I'm gonna go with the rocks. It looks like someone's gonna smash something. You sit with Nash and Gobclaws on a tethered red blanket, eating cookies and talk about artifacts. What are artifacts? Artifacts are things that were made by humans. Monsters collect them. All the garbage cans in Omen were collected from one human boss stop, for instance. Some of them are interesting and all of them are special to monsters. The more you have, the more some monsters respect you. I have none. You sit with Nash, well, okay? Continue the discussion. Gobclaw sighs. I really like artifacts. I want a nice big collection. But it seems like I can never find any good ones. You and Nash exchange glances. Glance. Nash runs a claw along the handlebars of her little scooter. You both know some good spots. Tell Gobclaws Okay, let's tell Gobclaws. You open your mouth but gasp as Nash Nash kicks you. Hard. Ah, why? Nash Nash whispers, that'll be less stuff for us. I don't care if you have less stuff, but if I do, you're in big trouble. She pokes you with her claws to make her point. Tell her anyway, I don't care about you. Honesty and kindness. Oh yeah. Gobclaws clicks her pincers happily as she does a little dance of thanks. She scuttles off into the woods to check out the places you described. But what about Nash Nash? Nash Nash makes good on her promise of big trouble in the form of a thorough drubbing. You crawl back to your home, exhausted and bleeding. Oh my god. That's pretty terrible. That doesn't sound very, very kid-friendly. Okay, let's go with the, intrigued-looking monster. You and Gobclaws come across an ant and a grasshopper, both locked in mortal combat. Each is biting the other's back leg. Get involved in this buggy battle. I'm pretty sure this is based on a fairy tale, but it's been a long time since I read it. As you reach for the bugs, Gobclaws holds you back. Isn't there a legend about bugs and wheat? Maybe we should be careful. Accept the timid advice and don't interfere. Silly Gobclaws, monsters fear not such things. Go ahead and interfere, yay. Bravery goes up. Yeah, because we're interfering with an ant and a grasshopper. You shrug off Gobclaws and get back to what you were doing. Separate them, then eat them. Divide the wheat. You know what? Divide the wheat. That sounds like a nice thing to do. Respect and cleverness. You make a pile for each insect. They stop fighting and take their share, glaring at each other the entire time. Gobclaws says, at least you didn't squash them in the middle of their story. Okay, this is pretty good. Let's go with one more politic. I'm going with the broken arm looking thing. The spine doctor is treating two injured monsters in Portent Square. Watch. She breaks off her own quills and uses them like sewing needles. A little iron pot boils over a small fire, but it's just water. The doctor seems to have run out of something. Who's the spine doctor? She's Marina's cousin twin and has many pointy bits all over her body. She's an ancient monster, older even than an elder, and has healed the sick for many years. Okay. Who's hurt? Continue to watch, offer to get involved. Let's offer. Offer our services. Kindness goes up. You join the spine doctor who accepts your help approvingly. How will you aid her? Hold the cuts closed while the doctor prepares the medicine. Offer to fetch medicine. See if either I'm not going to steal stuff. Let's offer to fetch medicine. Kindness and respect. Oh yeah. The doctor nods to you and sends you to her hovel for a big clay jar. When you bring it back, she opens the lid, revealing hundreds of leaves, twigs, dead bugs, and human pills. She selects a few by feel alone and feeds them to the patients, who soon stir. Okay. I guess that worked. Let's go with the footprint. You and Nash Nash encounter the Proud Bear. This is an honor and a problem. The Proud Bear has killed monsters, something rare in the animal kingdom. He stares at you. I can flee, I can nod cordially and leave. Consider the bear, formulate a plan of attack. Let's do that. The bear seems to read your smallest motion as though you have shouted your intentions. He stands on his hind legs and gives you a little bow. Bow back to him, attack alone. Attack alongside Nash Nash. Let's bow back to him. The bear nods. Nash Nash squeals with delight as this exchange of honor. She says, this is gonna be good. Okay. Okay. Attack alone. Attack alongside Nash Nash. Let's attack alone. Let's be really honorable about this. Oh, bravery goes up, cleverness goes down. But a lot of bravery, though. You leap, making every blow the best you've thrown. The Proud Bear counters them all, generally trying to end you, until he stops. Suddenly, he's laying there before you, helpless. Shred the bear to pieces. Ferocity goes up by a lot. You burrow halfway into the bear's great chest cavity, then burst forth, leaving nothing but limbs, ribs, and the head. Nash Nash jumps up and down, punching the air and laughing. Okay. Wow, that really was the last one. Look at that. 100 ferocity. That is a lot. I have a lot of things, actually. A lot of cleverness. 88. Bravery is at 78. Honesty is a bit lower. 57. And then kindness is like 67. Pretty good scores, if you ask me. Uh-oh. Your body begins to soften. It's dripping slime at the most inconvenient times. Elder monsters begin to look at you with understanding in their eyes. What is happening? You're growing old, my friend. You're not a spry monsterling anymore. Review what you know about the coming change in your life. Let's do that. It's your time and you know it. Unless you've lived well, your body will dissolve back into the slime from which you came. contemplate the future. If you go with your fellow monsters, they will test you and donate blood to a portentous infusion. Think deep thoughts. If enough of them add blood to the infusion, you can drink deep and live on as an elder. But if not, if you are not respected enough, or if you cannot prove yourself with the tests, the infusion will be too weak and you will dissolve. If I dissolve, you'll become part of the spawning vat, giving rise to new generations of morsels, perpetuating the species as have countless others. But I could run away instead. Some monsters do run. Often their skulls are found in the wilderness, coated with what remains of their slime. These skulls are hung on the skull pole. Why that? Go see what that noise is outside. Why is there... They never told me about a noise. Ooh. Okay, a group of elders is waiting inside your hovel. It is time to dissolve or ascend. Let's just go with them. The elders of Omen surround the spawning vat, and you. Your body is already squishy and damp. They bring out a small cauldron. Examine it. It's big enough to hold a little blood and slime from many monsters at once. It smells like iron and copper and herbs. They're building a small fire beneath it. What can I do? This is your last chance. You can stay or go. If you stay, it's time to take the test. Become an elder or to dissolve into the spawning vat. Let's just stay. I don't know. When the elders see that you have accepted your fate, they all relax as well. Someone asks you if you want to ascend or if this is the end for you. Try to ascend, obviously. The masked elder comes forward and stands before the iron cauldron. It's time to decide whether you will ascend to Elderhood or dissolve to the next generation. Watch. She claws at her arms and holds it out. 3 drops of liquid spatter against the bottom of the empty cauldron. You can't tell for sure if it's blood or slime. Listen. The Green Elder asks, who is already chosen, but none of the other monsters come forward. Wait. The Nameless Elder has placed 5 small, flat stones on the ground before you. She says, choose one. Chance will guide your claw. Look at the stones. Each stone is stained with old blood and polished by the touch of many monster hands. You cannot tell which is which. Okay. Well, just pick a stone that looks good. It's the only thing we can do. As you reach for the stone, someone shrieks in the distance. All eyes turn in that direction. You realize you can peek under the stones if you're quick. Resist the temptation. Let's not cheat. You wait a moment and the shrieking dies away. All the others turn back to watch you. Choose the next stone. What was that? Okay. The other side of the stone is edged with a crude glyph. It shows a monster holding one claw up, speaking intently. The Green Elder says, honesty. But you have just passed that test. Sweet, I did it. Choose the next stone. The other side of the stone is etched with a crude glyph. It shows 2 monsters fighting. The Green Elder says, we will test your ferocity. Be tested. 2 large monsters seize you from behind. They growl and try to pull you apart. Fight them both. You flick your claws out and squirm around to face your attackers. With a blood-curdling shriek, you give each one a face full of slices. They deserve the scars. Several monsters howl their approval and step forward, adding more fluids to the iron cauldron. Charge at the cauldron. You hold the cauldron. It's heavy. Drink it. You drink the... Ooh, respect goes up a little bit. You drink the bubbling concoction, then belch and howl. Your body solidifies almost instantly. You are an elder now. Awesome, so you made it. Pretty good scores. Unseen text. It's not unseen though, because I can see it. You are now an elder and reside in Snack, a bustling city at the center of the monster world. Okay. In this stage of your life, if you play your cards right, you'll be able to affect both the way monsters view humans and vice versa. Use your powers of persuasion wisely. Okay. Where am I though? Which monster am I? Journey to Carmen. I think that's the human city, isn't it? Is that me? I don't know which one I am. Oh, what is that? This is how well monsters think of humans. When the inevitable conflict comes, this will dictate how monsters act. What do we think of humans? Current score is 20 out of 100. Monsters dislike and fear humans, but you can change this. So we might be able to put some differences in there. Oh, I just went back to the menu. Did not mean to do that. Anyway, in the next episode, or part, I should say, we're going to the to Carmen. We're gonna see if we can influence the opinions of monsters and humans and vice versa.